And we welcome you once again to Stouffer Gym in Thibodaux. And Nichols State University Colonels back home and playing the first of a couple game homestand here. They're trying to follow up a dramatic overtime win Saturday over Corpus Christi as they roll along with this homestand, a stretch of 4 straight here at home following 3 straight on the road. Nichols coming in with a record of 16-9, 6-2 in the Southland Conference. And right now in second place behind only New Orleans. McNeese 10-16, 4-5 in the Southland Conference. They're currently in 4th place, at least in a tie for 4th place right now in the Southland. Well, the Colonels, I mentioned coming off a thrilling win, 83-80 over Corpus Christi on Saturday. A game in which Nichols led early. They led by 7 points late in the first half. They were shooting the lights out for the most part. And then Corpus finishes the first half on an 8-0 run. They finish they finish on the 8-0 run. They take a lead into the break of 2 points. Actually a 9-0 run overall. Corpus ends up taking a 12-point lead with right around 9.5 to go, 9:43 to be exact. It's 68-56 at that point. Nichols then proceeds to go on a 12-0 run. We always talk about basketball being a game of runs. 12 straight points for the Colonels. It was a long extended run. It was over the span of about 8 minutes. Corpus went without a point for nearly 9 minutes, 8 minutes and 50 seconds. They ultimately forced overtime. Nichols tied it up. We go to OT. Colonels outscore Corpus 13-10 in the overtime session. Nichols makes 5 of its 8 shots from the floor in the OT. Ultimately, 43% shooting for the Colonels on the day, just 34% for Corpus, 22-7 in fast break points. The Colonels got out and ran, and they got pretty good scoring balance, 21 for Ty Gordon, 17 for Pierce Spencer, 16 for Latrell Jones, 13 for Manny Littles. 6 times this season, Nichols has had 4 or more in double figures. So the Colonels with that win, 5th straight. It's a season-long winning streak. And with a 6th win here today, they would have a 2nd straight season with at least a 6-game win streak. That did not happen for 8 years prior to when it happened last season. So this has been a pretty darn good run, especially in conference play, what Nichols is doing right now. Of course, they've won 3 straight here at home, 8-1 at home overall, and have won 17 of their past 18 home games. McNeese, meanwhile, comes in 10-16, 4-5 in the Southland Conference. These two did meet in Lake Charles on January the 27th, a game Nichols won 81-71. Colonels in that game shot 49% to 42% for McNeese. They won the turnover battle. That was big. They were only +3 in the turnover battle, but they scored 23 points off 18 McNeese turnovers. So the Colonels, despite tying in the 3-point category, getting outshot at the free throw line by 7 overall, found a way. They were even on the rebounding battle, something that hasn't been the case for many teams going up against McNeese, the best rebounding team in the conference. The Colonels in that game got 24 from Ty Gordon to lead the way, 19 from Devontae Carter. They had 4, and actually 5 in double figures in that game overall. Raji Lyons at 10, Pierce Spencer at 10. And Manny Littles also had 16. McNeese comes in, I mentioned, top rebounding team in the conference. They're off a 5-point win at Northwestern State in Natchitoches on Saturday. A game in which they led big early in the second half. They were up 10, they were up 7 at the half. Northwestern State went on an 11-0 second half run. They actually led by 5 points with 6.5 to go. And then with a 15-0 run late, McNeese was able to pull away for just their 2nd road win of the season and their 4th conference win, so they were able to stay tight in the standings. Right now, New Orleans at the top of the South on 8-1. Nichols 6-2, Southeastern 6-3. Those two will meet a week from Saturday in Hammond. Of course, Nichols and New Orleans will close out the year right here in Thibodaux. So Nichols' 2 losses, they have a chance to avenge against both New Orleans and Southeastern. Both came at home, enough to do it on the road. Meanwhile, McNeese coming in 4th right now in a tie with HBU. Both are 4-5. Corpus 3-5. Northwestern State 3-6. UIW back of the pack right now at 1-8. You got to get top 4 for one of those buys. So McNeese is going to come in here awfully hungry. This win would go a long way towards them maybe getting one of those top 4 spots for the Southland Conference Tournament. Let's look at today's starting lineups. They're brought to you by Thibodaux Regional Sports Medicine Center, the official sports medicine provider of Nichols Athletics. Here's how the Colonels, actually, let's start with the visitors. McNeese coming in again with a record of 10-16. 4-5 so far in Southland Conference play. They'll look like this, a little bit of a different lineup than they're accustomed to because of some injuries and a few key guys out. Nichols has a few key guys out, unfortunately, as well. So we'll speak about that here in a second. McNeese will go with this backcourt. Trey English is the freshman point guard out of Baltimore. He is scoreless. I should say he hadn't scored for 3 straight games until Saturday in Natchitoches. He started over Jonathan Massey, who was out with an ankle injury, he's going to try to play. He'll come off the bench for them, their usual starting point guard. Trey English, season-high 31 minutes, season-high 13 points, 5 of 10 shooting, a couple of assists. He gave John Aikens some really good minutes in his second start of his Cowboy career. Also in the backcourt, Zach Scott, second on the team in scoring, 10.2. Junior guard out of Miami, 2 years at Florida Gulf Coast. His second year at McNeese, he is a sharpshooter. Leads the Southland Conference right around 43% from three-point range. He's 52% from three in Southland games. And then also in the backcourt, Miles Lewis, kind of a swing guy, 6'5", 190. Grad transfer from VMI. In the first meeting against Nichols, didn't do a whole lot. He had 9 points, 8 rebounds against Northwestern State on Saturday. Front court, Christian Shoemate, 6'7", 194 forward. Second-year freshman, transferred in from Tulsa, leads them in scoring, 12 points per, averaging 16 per in Southland games. And then Brendan Medley-Bacon is the center at 7'1", one of 3 players in school history, 7 foot or taller, 245 pounds, averages 10 points, 6 rebounds, good for 7th in the Southland Conference. Nichols with a new starting 5. Ty Gordon, Latrell Jones, Devontae Carter, Manny Littles, Raji Lyons. No Pierce Spencer. We just got word before tip. He is out with a back injury and is day to day. Lyons, Medley, Bacon, Tippett, Nichols controls. Red jerseys, white lettering across the chest. It says Nichols. And McNeese in their blue road jerseys with white trim and some black as well. Manny Littles, left block, posting on Shoemate. Double team comes immediately as he tries to feed it back outside to Jones. Up top for the Colonels. They move right to left in this opening half. Lob it down low for Lyons, and that is stolen away by McNeese. So here come the Cowboys, left to right. Again, 4-5 in Southland play. Zach Scott left wide open and drills a right wing 3. That's not the guy you want to leave uncovered. In Southland games, he's at 52% from long range. Just unbelievable what he's doing right now. 28 for 54. Meanwhile, Latrell Jones goes right down the left alleyway to bank it in with the left hand. And it's a 3-2 game. McNeese has lost 4 straight games against Nichols, including January the 27th at home. They lob it down low. Medley, Bacon, right block, goes over the top of Lyons and banks it home with the right. 5-2, good start for the Cowboys here on the road. Swinging around the horn, Ty Gordon, left wing. Coming off 21 against Corpus on Saturday. Inside Manny Littles, sweeping hook across the lane, but the right hand is up and in. 5-4, minute 20 gone first half here in Thibodaux, where Nichols has won 3 straight, 17 of 18, had their 14-game win streak snapped a couple of games back here by Southeastern. Back on the 22nd, that is. Shot clock's down to 10. English orchestrating left arc, guarded by Carter. Down to 7, down to 6. Feeds it to Medley, Bacon, free throw line, down low, Shoemate. Turns and faces and through some contact from Lyons. Able to finesse it up and in with the righty hook. 7-4 McNeese, approaching 2 gone first half. Carter for Latrell Jones, dribbles with the right hand, feeds right baseline. Lyons pull-up jump shot from 15, pinballs out. Rebound, Shoemate, outlet pass, Zach Scott. Up the left side of the floor. He was held to a Southland Conference low 6 points. He's been in double figures every other game but 1. Only had 6 against Nichols back on the 27th. Medley, Bacon in the lane, travel. And the first turnover on McNeese at the 17:47 mark of the first half. So no Pierce Spencer. That's a big storyline for Austin College. Pierce is second on the team in scoring in Southland games, 13.8 points. He averages 5.6 rebounds per game, second on the team for the whole year. That's a lot of production to try to fill, especially when he's coming off 17 points on one of his most efficient games of the year Saturday against Corpus Christi. 2.5 gone first half. Nichols down 3, 7-4. Makai Collins just checked in for Lyons. Out there with Jones, working off a screen, down the lane, righty flip shot off the window and somehow falls out, and it'll stay with Nichols. It hit the backboard, then the front of the iron, then the backboard again before trickling off, and Last touched by Medley Bacon. It'll stay with Nichols. Gordon, right baseline inbound, bounces into Manny Littles. Back to Ty, left corner, three, bullseye. Now, Ty hasn't shot the ball great. Over his past 4 games, 22% from 3, 9 for 41. The previous game before that was against McNeese in Lake Charles. He had 24 points on 9 of 16 shooting. Shoemain in the lane, floats it up, too strong, rebound Jones. We're tied at 7, 3 minutes gone, opening half in Thibodaux. Carter gets a ball that was gambled on by Scott and then fades away from the right elbow and connects. Smooth looking jump shot from 12. Devontae Carter, who this year is averaging about 12.5 points per game, only had 6 Saturday against Corpus Christi. And Nichols has its first lead at 9-7. 16:35 rolling first half clock. Shoemate with it, facing up on Collins. Feeds out high, English. Along the Nichols logo, over to Scott, left wing, that's a 3, too much. Jones had it tipped off his hands, taken by Carter. Nichols on the push, 4 on 3 if they hurry. Carter galloping into the front court, almost lost the ball. Feeds off to Gordon, right corner 3, too much. Offensive rebound Collins, and a reset to Littles and a fresh 20 on the shot clock. His rifle feed inside for Jones is deflected out of bounds, and it'll stay with Nichols, left baseline, the inbound. Our officials, by the way, Jeff Malham, Sean Sealis, and Kevin Montz. Couple subs are on. Kellen Taylor, 6th-year grad transfer from Albany, has checked in, along with Colin Warren. Littles, meanwhile, righty hook from the right baseline from 6 is around and through, and then he puts that right hand parallel to the ground, saying you're too small, to Christian Shoemate. 11-7 lead for Nichols inside 16 first half. Taylor against Collins, takes him right block, steps through, stays on the pivot foot, and throws it up high off the window and in. That thing hit the very top of the backboard and fell through. 11-9 Nichols. Gordon dancing on the right wing, steps through 2. No look feed to Jones, banks it up and in on the reverse. Some showtime early from Ty Gordon, much to the delight of this packed crowd here at Stouffer. It's Stuff Stouffer night, so fans wearing red, big crowd celebrating both Nichols basketball teams. Colonel women fell earlier to McNeese, so the Colonel men trying to repay the favor. 13-9 Nichols. We roll towards 15 first half. Shoemate across the lane, double pump up and in, off the window, and then he puts the left hand down, saying Littles is too small. You got a couple of guys going at it. This is going to be fun to watch. Littles now wants it. It's become like a one-on-one battle here. Almost lost the ball in the corner. Has to lob it out near midcourt to Gordon. 13-11 Nichols, 14:50 first half. Tie between the legs. Pull-up jumper from 20. Too short. Rebound Scott. Racing up ahead. 4 on 3 McNeese if they hurry. Scott slows the dribble. Feeds outside to Warren, left corner. Bounce it inside to the recently checked in Miles Lewis. His pass deflected to Shoemate and taken by Jones. It's a second McNeese turnover. Long time without a stoppage. Jones down the lane and an offensive foul. Trying to throw a pass to the left corner toward Carter. It's the first foul on Latrell Jones and the first foul in this game at 14:27 first half, second Nichols turnover. Nichols 13, McNeese 11. Furious pace between two of the fastest playing teams in the Southland Conference here on the Colonel Sports Radio Network. I mentioned these are two of the fastest paces in terms of the Southland Conference this year. Nichols, ranking by KenPom.com, is 73rd in tempo. They're 22nd in average offensive possession, meaning the Colonels only use about 15 seconds of the shot clock per offensive possession. McNeese, meanwhile, is 60th in tempo, 55th. They average about 16 seconds per offensive possession. So we're going to go up and down a whole lot tonight and could see some points scored. Kellen Taylor inside draws a foul on the right baseline drive, and he's got free throws coming. 13-11 Nichols, 14-18 first half. Colonels have started 6 of 10 from the floor, but have a couple of giveaways. So to the line goes Kellen Taylor, one of the most fascinating stories in all of college basketball. He enters as a 65.5% shooter, actually 77% in Southland play. Here's a guy who spent 4 years at Duquesne to start his career in Pennsylvania. He's played 4 years of football as a wide receiver. He was an all-conference wide receiver in the NEC, the Northeast Conference, for 2 years. 53 catches for 558 as a senior in 2019, but wanted to play basketball. Here he is now, his first year at McNeese. Spent a year at Albany as well. Inside, Raji Lyons folds it up with the right hand and off. Offensive rebound, Makai Collins. 14 minutes first half. Ball's tipped. They're going to say last touch by Collins. Crowd doesn't like it. Now there's Austin Clutch. Ball's going back to McNeese here. So it's a 13-12 Nichols lead, 14-01 first half. I mentioned these two met in Lake Charles back on January the 27th. Nichols in that game was able to convert 23 points off 18 McNeese turnovers. Cowboys so far just one giveaway. Inside, Jonathan Massey, who did not play Saturday against Northwestern State due to an ankle injury. His pass deflected by Jalen White, who just came on. So we'll reset the lineups here in a second. Trey English, Colin Warren, and Jonathan Massey are the backcourt right now for McNeese, along with Kellen Taylor and the recently checked in Brendan Medley Bacon. Nichols has Makai Collins, Raji Lyons in the front court, and then Jalen White, Ty Gordon, Devontae Carter backcourt. Massey drives right baseline, deflected by Jalen White and taken by Carter. Here comes Nichols right to left. Carter swooping into the front court, keeps the dribble alive on the left baseline, feeds out high for Ty Gordon. 13-30 first half, Colonels by a point. Ty behind the back on Massey, bounce feed right block to Raji Lyons, wants to take Medley Bacon, fades away off 1 foot, misses short. Rebound Kellen Taylor, the do-everything wing on this McNeese team. His pass a little low for Medley Bacon, out of bounds. Well, when you got a guy who's 7'1", hard to throw a bounce pass to him unless it's perfect. And that one was a little too low. Medley Bacon couldn't scoop it up. Turnover number 2 on McNeese. Ryan Maxwell just checked in for the first time. He replaces Makai Collins, so a couple of true freshman bigs exchange spots. Lyons, right point, dribble handoff for Devontae Carter. At the controls, Devontae tries to pull up, no room. Feed it left wing for Gordon. His 3 is short. Weak side rebound falls into the lap of Trey English. Racing up court, left to right for the true freshman out of Baltimore. Up top, Medley Bacon, down low, Warren. Works on the left baseline, up high to English. Shot clock only halfway gone, 12:45 first half. Left wing, this is Kellen Taylor for 3, swish. McNeese makes its second three-pointer on 3 tries tonight, and they've got the lead back at 15-13. Nichols scoreless going on 2.5 minutes. Carter in the lane, outside to Lyons, touch pass Jalen White, and we got a travel. Turnover number 4. That was one of the issues Nichols had against Corpus early in the second half on Saturday. Too many giveaways. In a game where they turned the ball over 15 times against 11 assists. You ask Austin Clutch, if nothing else, his teams don't turn the ball over, and they can't. Best team in the conference in terms of turnover ratio. Jumper from the free throw line is too strong from English. Fighting for an offensive rebound, Kellen Taylor and Devontae Carter. It's a tie possession, and that is going to favor McNeese. So it's a left baseline inbound for Jonathan Massey, true freshman out of Houston, who again did not play Saturday in their win at Northwestern State due to an ankle sprain. Don't know how many minutes he'll be available for today, but he's going to try. We should note there's no Harwin Francois today for McNeese. He's out with a knee injury. He's day-to-day. He's a key shooter for them, so that's a big loss. He had 12 against Nichols January 27th. Kellen Taylor working on Ryan Maxwell. Takes him right baseline, throws it up wildly. No. Offensive rebound, Medley Bacon, stripped by Jalen White. Outlet pass, Ty Gordon. Races to the rim, can't get anyone. Feeds instead to White, back to Ty. Great transition defense by the Cowboys. Ty spins off a double team. Wanted to step back for a three, no room. Littles for Devontae Carter. Head of the key with a right-hand dribble. Now he pulls inside the arc from 16, comes up short. Rebound, Medley Bacon, he pulls down his second. Trey English, crafty freshman point guard, feeds over to Kellen Taylor. Hands off, Colin Warren, right wing, rises up for three and connects. McNeese is 3 for 4 from downtown. Nichols just 1 for 4 from deep. And the Cowboys have built a 5-point lead, their largest advantage of this first half. 18-13, 11-15 on a turning first half clock. Nichols trying to stay in sole possession of second place in the Southland. Manny Little's free throw line, backing down on Taylor. Floats it up with the right hand and misses. Rebound Massey. McNeese wants to push again. Warren on the left arc. Up top, this is Medley Bacon between the circles. Fakes a pass to Massey, spins inside on Maxwell, goes up with a left-handed hook and comes up too strong. Carter, bounce feed, Ty Gordon. Pulls on the left wing, sidesteps, doesn't have the three. Instead it's Carter, down the lane he goes, lays it up, blocked by Medley Bacon, tipped out of bounds by Colin Warren. Medley Bacon is a force. 7'1", with about a 7'3" wingspan, and he averages 1.3 blocks per game. That was his 31st of the year. 10:39 to go. Colonels will have it after this. 18-13 lead for McNeese. Cowboys shooting at 54%. 3 of 4 from deep early. Trying to pull the upset on the road on the Colonel Sports Radio Network. At 10:39 to go, first half here in Thibodaux. Jack Benjamin with you. 18-13, the lead for McNeese over Nichols. Big conference game for both teams. Colonels coming in 16-9, 6-2 in the Southland Conference. They have won 5 straight games, season-long win streak, and they've won 4 straight against McNeese, including beating them earlier this year in Lake Charles. Our officials right now are at the monitor looking at, I think, a question of whether it was a 2 or a 3 on one of the jump shots made earlier by Zach Scott. Looks like they're going to keep it as is in terms of the scoring right now, so it is a 5-point margin in favor of McNeese. Cowboys off a win in Natchitoches against Northwestern State on Saturday have won 2 of their last 3. John Aiken's team trying to right the ship right now in conference play. This is a tough stretch for them. They got to play here in Thibodaux, a place where not many teams win. You got to go to the lakefront and take on New Orleans, the top team right now in the Southland Conference on Saturday. They would love to get this one tonight. Coming in hungry and playing like it early, shooting 54%. Colonel's ball to our left in the red jerseys with the white trim and numbering. Caleb Huffman has come on. First time he's appeared in 3 games. Didn't play the last couple. Raji Lyons extended outside the right block. Shot clock's at 1, didn't see it. Floated it up and in, shot clock violation. And the buzzer didn't go off on the shot clock. I don't know why, but they waved it off regardless. That was late. I think the officials are wondering why there wasn't a buzzer on the shot clock that time. Yeah, there was definitely no horn that went off, so that's a question. Not sure if we got a malfunction with the scoreboard. Either way, that's turnover number 5 already on Nichols. Skip past Medley Bacon for McNeese, drives the left baseline, denied! Raji Lyons just soared up and met him at the summit. Woo! Raji just sent that thing back to Lake Charles. That's a 7'1" Medley Bacon with long arms, and Raji just turned it aside. That was special. Pass goes to Shoemate in the lane, floats it up and off too strong. Rebound tipped twice, taken by Miles Lewis in the lane. And McNeese right now is out-toughing Nichols. 4 offensive rebounds, 5 second chance points. Their lead is 7 on a 9-0 run. 20-13 inside the midway point of the first half. Raji Lyons backing down Medley Bacon and airballs an 8-footer in the lane. This is not trending well right now for the Colonels, who have fallen down to about 35% from the floor, 6 for 17. 9:44, rolling first half clock. McNeese has made its last, well, I should say 3 of its last 4 shots. 9, making 11 in a row now. 20-13. At the controls, Trey English out there with Shoemate, Taylor, Medley Bacon, and Lewis. Right wing, this is Shoemate, defended by Latrell Jones. Backs him down on the right baseline. Ty Gordon comes and steals. And they say last touch by Ty out of bounds on the Nichols bench. It was a crafty play by Ty Gordon reaching in, but couldn't hold on to possession. Zach Scott is going to check back in for McNeese. He will replace Trey English. And Latrell Jones gets a breather as Devontae Carter comes back in. So right now it's Huffman, Carter, Gordon in the backcourt for Nichols, along with Lyons and Littles. Kellen Taylor with 4 on the shot clock. Wants to back down Littles. Turns, fires, misses. Rebound volleyball out near midcourt, taken by Ty Gordon. 3-on-1 for the Colonels. Ty in transition. Banks it up and in with a righty scoop. Plus a foul on Zach Scott. That's some brute strength from a guy who's listed at 6'1", 200. He needed every bit of that 200-pound frame. Scott raked him on the right arm, didn't matter. Finessed it up and in, and a chance for 3 for Ty Gordon. That stops a 6-minute and 19-second scoring drought for the Colonels. They needed that one in the worst way. And now they need to get on track from the free throw line the worst way. The Colonels are officially the 2nd worst free throw shooting team in the entire country. 61%. Ty trying to change that trend, and nothing but end on his free throw. Ty entered at just 57.5% at the line, but he did make 5 of his 6 free throws on Saturday. Lead for McNeese down to 4. 8:55 first half. Shoemate a good pump fake to get by Lyons. Floats it up and misses short. Rebound tipped a couple times and then taken by Lewis in the backcourt. You can do that because it was deflected off the chest of Carter. Lewis racing into the front court. Spins on Littles. Goes down the lane. Puts it up with the right hand. Too much and a foul. Free throws coming for Lewis with 8:43 to go in this first half. Miles Lewis this season is at a career low 57% from the line. 4 years spent at Virginia Military Institute, VMI, in Virginia. He's a Herndon, Virginia native, so he stayed home for those first 4 years. He shot at 66% his 4 years there. rebounds. Been a nice addition for John Aiken's team. A long wing guy at 6'5", but about a 6'8" wingspan. Misses the second free throw. Lead for McNeese is 5. 21-16, 8:30 first half. Ty Gordon working right baseline against two defenders. Banks it up and in. He just put Zach Scott in the weight room and muscled it up and in. He might have inadvertently got him in the eye as well. That's some toughness from Ty Gordon. 8 points early for Ty to lead all scorers. Trying to will Nichols back in this game. 21-18 McNeese. We approach 8 to go first half. Scott right wing, Jonathan Massey. Not a three-point threat, so Littles backs off. They find Warren. He's the three-point threat. Goes all the way down and out. And then an offensive rebound for Shoemate and a foul on Raji Lyons. Colonels are having trouble keeping McNeese off the glass. Many teams have had that issue. McNeese is the top offensive rebounding team of the South with 13.5 rebounds per game. They're 9th nationally in that category. And that was one of the keys on January the 27th when McNeese beat McNeese in Lake Charles. They allowed 10 offensive rebounds, but Nichols grabbed 12 of their own. Shoemate free throw, first one is up and off. They called it in the act of shooting on the rebound tip try. So one more free throw coming for a guy who's at 57.5%. Couple more subs are on for McNeese. We'll get him after this free throw. Shoemate, a year at Tulsa, where he played in just 8 games, averaged just 5.3 minutes and a point and a half and about a rebound per game. He has been just tremendous so far for McNeese, averaging 15.8 in Southland games. He's already had 4 double-doubles this year, 5th most in the conference. Connects on the second free throw. Lead for McNeese is 4, 22-18. Carter Gordon with Huffman, Ryan Maxwell, and Raji Lyons, the 5 for Nichols. Ty Gordon backing on a right-hand dribble. Game clock at 7:45. Ty for Raji Lyons. Free throw line jumper is pure. First basket for Lyons. He had been 0 for 4 until that make. Trey English back in along with Massey, Lewis, Warren, and Shoemate. So McNeese has gone a little small here. Shoemate the tallest player at 6'5". Warren drives it on the right baseline. Lyons comes on a double team in the right corner. Feeds it outside, stolen by Caleb Huffman. Nichols on the move in transition. Huffman down the right alleyway to lay it up and in with the right hand. We are tied at 22. A little burst here from Nichols. Starting to get this crowd back into it here at Stouffer. 7 minutes to go in the first half. Colonels have won 17 of the last 18 here at home. Shoemate straight on for 3, bottom. That's only his 8th make from 3 this year on 41 tries. Ty Gordon spins off English, fires from the left wing for 3. Misses too strong. Rebound Ryan Maxwell, and we got a foul on the floor. That will take us to our under 8 media timeout. 6:45 to go first half here in Thibodaux. It's McNeese 25, Nichols 22. Colonels trying to sweep the season series and win a 5th straight over McNeese on the Colonel Sports Radio Network. Rolling towards the late stages of the first half here in Thibodaux. Back here at Stouffer Gym, 25-22. Lead for McNeese is 3. McNeese has led this game by as many as 7. Nichols has led by as many as 4. It'll be Colonel ball right baseline after the McNeese foul before the break. Colonels are shooting 45.5%. They're just 1 of 5 from 3. McNeese right now 45% from the field, but they are 4 of 6 from downtown. Jones with Maxwell, Carter, Gordon, and Raji Lyons as Carter misses from the free throw line as it swivels off the iron. Zach Scott pull-up 3 from the right wing is short, and the rebound tracked down in front of the Nichols bench by Ty Gordon. Here come the Colonels right to left in the red jerseys. Ty leading all scorers with 8 points, works off a Lions screen, tries to throw it behind his back, got a little nonchalant with the pass, then it deflects off his body out of bounds. And Austin College not too happy about his team's 6th turnover in the first half. Massey, Taylor, Scott, Medley, Bacon, and Shoemate, the 5 for McNeese. Massey with a right-hand dribble. Thrusts it up top to Shoemate between the rings. He works right wing, pulls up for a 2-pointer from 15, and connects. And then has words for the Nichols bench right afterward. Shoemate's in the double figures already with 10 points. His 17th time in double figures this year, and his 9th straight. Left corner, Latrell Jones. Lead for McNeese back to 5 at 27-22. Ty Gordon off a screen, straight away for 3. Around and off, offensive rebound, Latrell Jones. And had to move it to his left hand, not his right, because of the angle underneath to bank it in. It was nicely done. Latrell off for the game where he scored 16 points on Saturday against Corpus, has 6 points already today on 3 of 5. 18.5 for him, his previous 2 coming in. Taylor wants to back down the smaller Jones, skip past a Shoemate. They bite on the 3-point fake. Maxwell tips it away, and then out of bounds it goes. This will stay with McNeese. 5:19 first half clock, 8 to shoot. It'll be a left baseline inbound for the Cowboys. Zach Scott calling out a play. John Aiken, his first year at the helm, taking over for Keith Schroyer, who's now the McNeese athletic director. Shot clock to 5. Jonathan Massey isolated up top. Right wing for Scott. Down to 2, down to 1. Scott's got to go. He didn't get it off. And it's a travel anyway, but he didn't get the shot off regardless. Terrific individual defense there. A shot clock violation. It's turnover number 6 on McNeese. This has been far from the most well-played first half. It's 13, call it 12 combined turnovers. Each team has 6 turnovers in the first half. Colonels aren't converting those turnovers into points at the rate they did, though, in the first meeting back on January the 27th, where they got 23 points off 18 McNeese turnovers. Ty Gordon, left baseline, double team comes on him. Feeds in the right corner, Devontae Carter. Couple of head fakes on Zach Scott, fades away from 10, misses short. Tip won't go by Jones, fighting for a rebound, dives all out, got the ball, and then a travel. That was one heck of an effort by Latrell Jones. Some words are being exchanged afterward. Latrell did everything he could and then some, and to try to save that ball from going out while also calling a timeout. I don't think they got him on the initial lunge, but he tried to get up to call the timeout and kind of rolled over on his side. And he can't do that. Got some sweat that needs to be mopped up. Ty Gordon is assisting with that right now on the left sideline, and now we're ready for action. So 4:45 to go in the first half. McNeese 27, Nichols 24. McNeese right now tied for 4th in the Southland at 4-5 in conference play, so trying to hold on to one of those 4 bye spots. Nichols, of course, wants to hold on to at least a top 2 spot for the double bye to the semis in the Southland tournament in about a month's time. Kellen Taylor inside, ball knocked away by Carter and taken by Gordon. Terrific defense again. Ty down the lane, couple of ball fakes with the left hand and scoops it up and in off the window. Show and go from Ty Gordon's into double figures with 10. It's his 15th straight game in double figures. He's had 10 or more in every game this year. 4:05 first half, Nichols did 1. Massey down the right side, drop off, feed to Shoemate. Over the top on Maxwell, dunks it down with the right hand plus a foul. Now Ryan Maxwell got caught on the wrong side of a poster that time. Christian Shoemate with an unbelievable dunk. And he's got a chance for 3. Wow. Well, that was something. As athletic as they come in the Southland Conference is Christian Shoemate. McNeese's lead is to 3. Foul on Maxwell is his first. Team's 5th. Free throw for Shoemate, too strong. Offensive rebound, Kellen Taylor, stripped by Littles, taken by Carter. 3-point lead, McNeese, 3:55 first half. Carter hesitates, drives the lane. Drop-off feed, Manny Littles trying to return the favor. Goes right down the lane, didn't dunk it, but softly drops it over the front of the cylinder for 2. 29-28 in a fun, fast-moving first half. 1-point lead, McNeese. Shoemate passed up a 3, goes inside on Littles and floats it up and in. He's just going right at him right now. Shoemate's in his zone offensively. 14 points, 6 for 9 from the floor. And the lead for McNeese is back to 3. Devontae Carter now. Off a screen from Lyons, fades away right baseline on a pass. Hand off to Ty Gordon. Down the lane he goes, falls away. A rare 2-pointer from Ty, and he connects from 12 feet away. Ty's got a dozen, 5 for 10 shooting for his 12 points. Back to a 1-point game. McNeese by a tally, approaching 3 to go first half. This has been a fun basketball game here in Thibodaux. Third of 4 straight here at home for the Colonels. This is Kellen Taylor working on Littles. Drop-off feed to Medley Bacon, blocked by Lyons. He got him for the second time tonight. Outlet feed, Ty Gordon. Long right wing 3. Cash! This Thibodaux crowd is going wild, waving those red towels in the air. Nichols has its first lead since the 12:57 mark. 2.5 to go first half, 33-31 Nichols. Bounce feed, Shoemate, right baseline, double team comes. Back to English, right wing 3, too much. Rebound by Taylor, offensive foul. He pushed the back of Ty Gordon, who went down in some pain. Ty is back up, moving a little gingerly, and this will lead us to our under 4 media timeout. The Colonel defense picking up and starting to knock down some shots. Behind 15 first half points from Ty Gordon. Nichols 33, McNeese 31. 2:18 first half on the Colonel Sports Radio Network. .218 first half. Boy, this has been a fun one so far here in Thibodaux. We have already had 6 lead changes. Nichols the latest. They're on top by a pair, 33-31. Jack Benjamin back with you. So Nichols has the ball out of the timeout. Carter, Lyons, Littles, Gordon, and Caleb Huffman the 5. Medley, Bacon, English, Lewis, Taylor, and Warren for McNeese. Colonels are shooting 48%. They've made 5 of their last 7. Caleb Huffman slips going between a ball screen and does a good job there to tie up English in the lane. That's a great play by Caleb Huffman. It's something small, you may not think a lot of it, but by at least trying to get that ball back after he lost it, it was probably 6 or 7 feet away. He gives the Colonels a possession because they had the arrow. So 2:01, shot clock at 14. Gordon lobs to Littles, left wing. Littles looking back for Ty, doesn't have room in the left corner. In front of the face of Lewis, fires up a 3 and drills it. Minimal airspace, doesn't matter. Ty Gordon has 18 first half points. And you love to see it, folks. He's in his bag once again. Down the lane, Trey English floats it up and off and a foul. That is team foul 6 on the Colonels. A It's on Caleb Huffman, number 2. Ty is in some kind of zone. He had the knee injury. He was struggling a little bit to start conference play. And all of a sudden, after coming in 22%, 9 of 41 from 3 over his previous 4, he's 3 of 8 tonight from 3. He'd been shooting just 33% over that span. He's tonight at 7 for 12 already. English lobs to midcourt to Warren. On the right wing, defended by Devontae Carter. Bounces with the right hand hip high. They switch it with Jones. Skip past English. Top of the arc, Medley Bacon working on Raji Lyons. Spins in the lane, lost the ball. Devontae Carter, 3-on-1 Nichols. Drop off to Latrell Jones, who soars to the rim and hammers it home with 2. Nichols on a big-time run of 10-0. They lead by 7, 38-31. Largest lead of the night for Nichols. Colin Warren off a double screen at the top against Latrell Jones. The ball pressure is hounding. It's getting loud here in Stouffer. Shot clock inside 10. We're inside a minute first half. English down the lane. Outside Lewis against Ty Gordon. Flips it up and off. Too strong. Offensive rebound. Kellen Taylor ripped away by Carter. Taken by Littles. Corralled by Lyons. Bounce feed to Devontae Carter. I don't know how they broke pressure, but they did. Lyons for Ty Gordon on the right wing against the defense of English. Spins off him down the lane, hesitates, Euro step off the window and in. Ty Gordon has 20 first half points. Austin Claunch urging this sellout crowd here in Thibodaux to get on its feet. Timeout, John Aiken. The lead is 9. It's a 12-0 run. And the Colonels, as they have done so often this year, energizing this crowd with a late first half push. I wouldn't say at any point in this first half they were low energy, but they were a little lethargic to start. McNeese led it by 3 as much as about 3 or 4 minutes ago. They're scoreless the last 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Colonels on an 18-4 extended run over the last 5 minutes and 41. Ty Gordon, by the way, 20 first half points. This is Ty's second half this year with 20. He had 22 second half points against Cal Poly on November the 22nd. It is his 13th game this year with 20 or more. He trails only Derek St. Hilaire of New Orleans for the most in the Southland Conference this year. St. Hilaire leading the conference at 21.6. Ty right behind him, 19.3. Shot clock is dark, 20 seconds to play first half. Trey English against Devontae Carter, head of the key. You don't want to foul. Nichols one more foul, and McNeese in the bonus. Down to 10 seconds to go in the first half. English left wing for Zach Scott, guarded by Ty Gordon. Down to 5, down to 4. Scott for Taylor with 3, with 2. Taylor's got to go with 1, puts it up and he's fouled. Makai Collins with a rake down in the lane with 2.1 to go in the first half. Oh, that hurts. Perfect defense, that entire possession, then you bail him out with 2.1. I think Austin Claunch is going to call a timeout here and try to draw something up. It's a 30-second timeout. And with, 2.1, you can get a shot off for sure. Again, Nichols is doing this today without Pierce Spencer, who has been their second leading scorer in Southland Conference games. Right around 14 points per. Pierce is day-to-day with a back injury, not believed to be super serious, but they're being very cautious. So he got injured late in that game against Corpus Christi, so hopefully he's back for HBU on Saturday. Again, the Colonels right now 53% from the floor. 18 for 34. Just 3 of 8 from three-point range. But they've won the rebounding battle 17-16. That's been the big part of this comeback. They've gotten stops and made it one-and-done possessions for McNeese. Kellen Taylor has 2 free throws. They called it in the act of shooting, not on the floor. It would have been a 1-and-1 regardless. Taylor is 1 for 2 at the line tonight. And the first one rims around and off. One more coming. He has 6 points and 4 rebounds, and he misses both. Rebound Littles, no time on the clock, and that'll do it for the end of the first half. What a close to the first half it was. Nichols finishes the first half on a 12-0 run over the final 3 minutes and 39 seconds, and an 18-4 run the final 6 minutes. Nichols at 53% in the first half, 18 for 34, 3 of 8 from three-point range, and they made their only free throw, only took one free throw. McNeese, meanwhile, 44.4% from the floor, 12 for 27. There were 4 of 8 from three-point range, 50%, and 3 of 9 at the free throw line. Colonels led by 20 first half points from Ty Gordon, 8 of 13, 4, 3 of 8 from 3. Ty's 13th game with 20 or more this season. In his second half, I mentioned, with 20 plus. 8 from Latrell Jones, 6 for Manny Littles. 14 for Christian Shoemate to lead the way for McNeese. He was 6 of 9 from the floor. Again, halftime here in Thibodaux. Nichols 40, McNeese 31. Back with halftime after this with a special guest. You find out who after this on the Colonel Sports Radio Network. Halftime here in Thibodaux. Nichols leading McNeese by a score of 40-31 on the annual Stuff Stouffer game. Colonels closed that first half on a 12-0 run. They outscore McNeese 18-4 down the stretch. Jack Benjamin back with you, joined by a special guest. Coach, I teased it was going to be a special guest. I don't know if they thought that Tim Reba would be joining us. Nichols head football coach is in the building. First off, what do you think about
let's talk about the game.
I was going to say, what do you think of this team and this crowd so far?
I mean, the crowd, I always love the crowds. It could take over a game. And, man, I'm telling you, I was just telling Coach Rybacky down, what tremendous athletes on the floor. And I'm going to tell you what, our Colonels, if you haven't seen them play, you better come out. You're missing it. We're so talented, well coached. And you know what? You know how hard we play? We are diving all over the floor, going after every ball and getting after it. Man, I tell you what, I love it.
one of the biggest compliments I've given Austin Claunch over the course of the last couple of years, Coach, is you think about the consistency he's built, right? A 20-win season a few years ago, the COVID-shortened season, they make it to the Southland title game, and here they are again, only behind New Orleans. He's really kind of followed your model in terms of year after year. He's done a really nice job. Obviously, it's more the transfer process than the way you've gone about it, but what impresses you most about the way Austin Claunch has gone about this?
Yeah, basketball is a little different with the transfer and getting those guys in, but look, sustainability, it's really hard to do, especially in today's age. And I mean, I just think his staff, they do a tremendous job, and they build relationships, and they get these guys to play, and the guys love to play for them.
Let's talk some Colonel football. Always a good time to talk about Colonel football. Welcome in the signing class. Obviously, a little while back at the great presentation over at Football. 24 total, 22 newcomers. Just tell me, Coach, what excites you most about this group you got coming in?
Well, the staff did a great job. We were really, really patient. The early signing date in December, we don't put a big emphasis on that. We see it all the way through. We found a bunch of guys along the way that fit our program, and we think we got some good football players that can come help us. And look, a bunch of them are going to come and have to help us immediately.
I look at obviously the way that you guys have recruited within Louisiana, obviously the river parishes and all the surrounding areas. 17 more Louisiana players, a lot of those powerhouse programs, guys have won a lot of football games. That has to feel good again, getting that kind of nice batch of Louisiana guys.
We talk about that often. You get guys from good, and we get them from all over the state, but the guys from the good programs who know how to win and know what it takes to be successful, come join the ones that we already have here, and let's build upon it. And I think they do a great job of doing that.
When you look at this class, obviously every year, Coach, there are certain needs you just got to hit, right? Obviously, linemen, you're always trying to create more depth. You're trying to find ways in other spots. Looking at last season, couldn't have ended better, obviously, with the Riverbelt Classic. There were, at times, some holes in different spots. What was sort of, with you and the staff, when you guys sat down, kind of looked at the recruiting process, what were sort of, I guess, your biggest needs or kind of the biggest areas you wanted to make sure you guys addressed with this class?
We talk about it. You always go into the recruiting class and saying, hey, how many you losing at this position? You evaluate that. Who you trying to bring in? But it changes so often. All throughout the process, if I say I want to bring in 3 receivers, then all of a sudden there's another one that becomes available. You're going to go ahead and take that one. A big need, we needed defensive linemen. We addressed that. We needed some speed and some skill at receivers. I think we did that. When you look at our tight end position and when you look at our running backs, not a big need there, so we really didn't go after it. And then I think there's always going to be room if a couple players come available, somebody maybe makes a grade late, that can maybe somebody in the secondary will still be looking at that.
I was looking at a couple of names for you, Coach. Obviously, I see the name Bernard, and I think right away, well, if he's anything like his older brother, Zach, that's going to be a good one. Obviously, Ryan had a great career over at Lakeshore. Nino LeMay, I know, is a really nice playmaker for you guys out of West Feliciana. And then, you get one of your couple of transfers, Lowell Narcisse, nice pickup from UTSA.
Yeah, Ryan Bernard was our first guy committed. He knew he wanted to be here and join it with his brother. A great family, hard worker. He played mostly defense. We're going to play him on the offensive side of the ball, but he can probably play on the defensive line also. Nino, speed, electric, kick returner, can really do a lot of things with the ball in his hands. And then you mentioned Lowell Narcisse, getting in here early. Brandon Larry, a linebacker from the junior college ranks that's in school now. So those guys can get into the program and get it started early.
Again, halftime here, Nichols leading McNeese 40-31, trying to win a 6th straight game overall. It would be a season-long win streak for the Colonels, talking with Nichols head football coach Tim Rebo. A couple more for you, Coach. Not quite related to this team, but in terms of a couple guys you've had for the previous 5 years, Dejon Dixon, P.J. Burkhalter are going through this process of entering, obviously, their names in the draft and trying to get drafted. Let's start with Dejon. We all saw what he did at the NFLPA Bowl, an outstanding performance. Can you take us through a little bit of what the process has been like and kind of your conversations with him leading up to the draft, what he's really been doing well to get himself ready?
I think he got to go back to the summer and after the season last year when Dejon decided to come back and go again. He made that decision early and he stuck with it. They had some people tugging on him to maybe come out last year. I think it was a wise decision by him. He produced on the field, he showed, and then to go out to the NFLPA Bowl and put up the numbers like he did, which I think you can make a case for being the MVP, if his team wins that game. He's really been working hard, really training, looking forward to his pro day. They have not been around here. PJ, the same thing. They have not been around here a lot. See them every now and then, but they're out training with their personal trainers out on the road. And pro day for us is going to be here on April the 5th. So we're looking forward to those guys and having a good showing.
When you think about Dejan, and then I want to get to PJ real quick, Coach, but when you think about Dejan going into this process with the combine, are there any things that you kind of tell him about? Because, you can only measure so much by a guy's 40, his bench press, his vertical leap, that sort of thing. Is there a certain message you have for him going into that process?
I think the message that we always talk about is do what you do. Don't try to change it. Keep your same routine. I've often had guys who have done that. They try to change their routine, and it's kind of hurt them down the road. Just do what you've always done. The big thing for him is, how does he handle all the questions and the things that they're going to do. He's going to test well. He's going to catch the ball well. He's going to do all those things. It's how he's going to handle all the other stuff outside and around it.
We know what kind of player PG is. Three-time Southland Offensive Lineman of the Year. Started every game for you over the course of his career, besides, I think, one. What do you think a team is going to get if they take a shot on PJ? And kind of what's your message to him as well as he kind of waits to see if he might have a shot?
I think those guys, a guy that can be the face of their program, I swear, on the offensive line, who's going to do everything right on and off the field. What a team player. He's getting himself, he's in better shape right now. He's lost a few pounds. He knows what he has to do. A consistent, and that's what those guys are going to be for, just a consistent winner. That's what they're going to get with PJ.
Well, Coach, I know it's been a while since we chatted. Always fun to catch up. Hey, best of luck with the offseason, and I'm sure we'll be talking a whole lot more as we near the draft, the combine, and get closer to spring ball.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jack. I appreciate it. Let's go get this one in the second half.
We're going to need you for every game moving forward if they can keep this going.
You got it. Thanks.
That is Nichols head football coach Tim Rebo. Come back with first half stats. After this, Nichols leading McNeese by 9, 40-31 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network. Back at Stouffer Gym in Thibodaux, getting ready for the second half between Nichols and McNeese. Colonels finish off that first half with a flourish. 12-0 run for Nichols. They closed the first half in the last 6 minutes on an 18-4 run. And Nichols trying to win their 6th consecutive game. They'll take a 9-point lead at the start of the second half. Nichols in the first half, 53% shooting. They were 18 for 34 from the floor, 3 of 8 from 3. McNeese 44.4%. They cooled off substantially down the stretch and missed 5 of their final 6 shots. McNeese led by 14 from Christian Shoemate. Nichols got 20 first half points from Ty Gordon. Ty's 13th 20-point game of the season. His career high is 29. That was set in the non-conference finale in West Lafayette against then number 3 Purdue on the 29th of December. That may very well be in jeopardy here today with the way he's shooting the ball. 8 of 13 floor, 3 of 8 from three-point range. Starting 5 is out there for McNeese. English, Lewis, Scott, Shoemate, Medley, Bacon. Colonels also have their starting 5, and a near steal by Carter off the inbounds pass to start the second half. Scott passed it, Carter deflected it out of bounds, and it'll stay with McNeese. Colonels have Gordon, Carter, Jones, and then Littles and Lyons, their 5 starters. Scott's the trigger man on the far left sideline and feeds in the backcourt to Trey English, true freshman point guard from Baltimore. Again, Jonathan Massey in the past has been their starter. He's been dealing with an ankle injury, though, so came off the bench today. English left wing, bounce feed, left block to Shoemate. Backing down on Littles, post him up, misses on a righty hook shot, and it's going to stay on the floor. Weak side rebound by Medley Bacon. The foul on Devontae Carter. That's Devontae's first. Nichols did a good job limiting the 9th best offensive rebounding team in the country to 7 first half offensive rebounds that only led to 4 second chance points. That was a big emphasis for Austin Claunch in pregame coming in. Scott's the inbounder. Left baseline, lob it into Shoemate. At the right point, holds at the right hip. Looking for cutters, and he'll back out a right-hand dribble and hand off for Zach Scott, who hoists up a long right wing 3. Off the heel, rebound Devontae Carter. Medley Bacon went sprawling along the baseline, so Nichols, if they hurry, has a numbers advantage. Latrell Jones hop step in the lane, feeds it outside to Raji Lyons, and back to Jones on the right wing. In front of the Nichols bench, hoists up a 3. Too much. Rebound, Manny Littles in the lane. His floater with the left hands off the heel, and Medley Bacon corrals the rebound for McNeese. Cowboys again 10 and 16 overall, 4 and 5 in the Southland, trying to hold on to a tie for 4th, which is the final spot for one of those 4 first-round buys in the conference tournament. And Trey English from the right wing bottoms a 12-footer. McNeese stops the 12-0 run that ended the first half. It's 40-33. Minute gone, second half in Thibodaux. Manny Littles between the circles, stops his dribble on the left arc. Ty Gordon, defended by Lewis tightly. Back to Littles, straight away 3. That's not his shot. Manny Littles for the season now is 3 for 13 from 3. And here comes McNeese. To our left, the Cowboys operate in the half court with Trey English crossing over on Littles, has a mismatch on him, takes a 16-footer, misses a one-hand rebound, snared by Lyons weak side. Jones's pass is deflected out of bounds, passing it up the right sideline, and it'll stay with Nichols. 18-19 to go, 40-33 the lead for the Colonels. Trying to win a 4th straight home game, a 6th straight game overall. Conference games have been hard to win for opponents here at Stouffer. Nichols 21-2 their last 23 conference games, going back to the final 2 of the 2018-19 season. Shot clock's inside 10. Carter is held on the outside by English. It's his first, the team's 4th already. Beg your pardon, that's only their 2nd here in the second half. Just looking at the first half stat sheet. 18:02, clock stop. Here in the second half, Littles looking for someone to inbound to. It's Lyons. Out near the logo, Devontae Carter. Calling for a screen with his right hand, crosses over and takes Lewis to the right baseline. Lob it right, block for Littles, goes up against Shoemate, came up short. Shoemate the rebound and wants to run. Down the lane he goes, puts it up and off, but a foul. Went right at Lyons, it slid off the left side of the iron, and he's got free throws coming. First on Lyons, second foul in the second half on Nichols. And with 17:46 to go. Free throws coming for Christian Shoemate, who was just 1 of 3 from the free throw line in the first half. A McNeese team that has struggled this year, not as much as Nichols, but they're 65%. Second worst in the conference, 339th nationally, and a miss for Shoemate, who is now 1 for 4 today. He came in 57%. Shoemate has 14 points. He's 6 of 10 from the floor. Native of Chicago, again started his career at Tulsa last year. Was a late blossomer in high school. Played at Bloom High School and really picked it up, averaged 15, 10, and 5 blocks as a senior, and led him to that offer from Tulsa in the American. Makes 1 of 2. It's a 6-point lead for Nichols. Colonel's yet to score so far in this second half. Lions hands off Latrell Jones, off a screen, down the lane. Righty scoop shot, too short. Rebound Jones, and a foul. I mean, he did a good job to get his own rebound on the way down, and then was bumped by Medley Bacon. And they're going to reward Jones' free throws. He just did enough to get that ball going toward the iron. So they give him 2 free throws. First trip to the line for Latrell, who has got 8 points today on 4 of 9 for the floor and 6 rebounds. Couple bounces of the ball, spin of it, flick of the wrist, and rolls around, hits every inch of the iron and falls through. Now Nichols with progress at the line. The second worst free throw shooting team in the country is now 2 for 2. Jones, free throw on cue, misses. And he's got that look of disgust as he shakes his head running down the floor. 41-34, the lead for the Colonels. 2:45 and rolling, second half gone by. Scott left baseline, floater too strong. Shoemate grabs an offensive rebound. Feeds outside to Lewis, drives into a thicket against 3 defenders. Bank shot is short. Shoemate tried to throw it down, missed the dunk. Offensive rebound, Lewis. Back outside, Scott. Reload 3 is true. And McNeese is within 4. Now it's a 6-1 burst out of the half for McNeese. Devontae Carter left baseline. Up top, Raji Lyons, straightaway 3. Barely hit iron. It was such a bad miss short that it fell right to Manny Littles, who was standing under the basket for 2. 43-37, lead is back to a half dozen. 16:35 on a rolling second half clock. English bouncing the orange leather. Feeds it right wing for Shoemate. Across the lane he goes. Ball stripped by Littles out of his hand and a foul. It's a reach in. It's on the floor. And that's Littles picking up number 2. So with 16:27 to go, play has slowed a little bit here in this second half. It was such a quick moving first half. I mentioned these are 2 of the top 60 tempo teams nationally per KenPom. They both want to get up and down, but when you're fouling and turning the ball over, you can't run. Scott's the inbound man for McNeese. 16:27 second half. It's a 43-37 Nichols 6-point lead and a steal off the inbounds. Devontae Carter 1-on-2 down the lane to glide in for 2 with the righty scoop. Oh, that was pretty. Carter is the Southland's leader in steals, showing every bit of it there. He's got 3 takeaways tonight. That one was like a pick 6. 4 points for Carter. Lead back to 8 for Nichols. We approach 16 to go in the second half. Taylor for English off a screen, bounce it back to Taylor. Left baseline jumper is short. Rebound Latrell Jones. Nichols with numbers if they hurry here. Lewis a little slow getting back on D. Carter lob it up for Jones. Soars to the rim and powers it in with 2 hands. He just rose to the rafters and he's reinvigorated this crowd in Thibodaux. Lead restored to double digits. 47-37, Shoemate pull up, too much. Rebound through the hands of Littles, taken by Lewis, backs it up and in and 1. And Manny Littles just hit the ball about 30 feet to the left after the ball went through the basket and got teed up. I don't know what the thinking was there. Raji Lyons and Devontae Carter, 2 of the veteran statesmen, are trying to calm down Manny Littles. And that's just not a play you can afford to make. You compound what's going to be an and 1 and a free throw with a couple more free throws for a technical. And the free throws will be taken at the other side of the under 16 media timeout. 15:30 to go in the second half. Nichols 47, McNeese 39 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network. 15 and a half to go here in Thibodaux. So it was an and one converted by Miles Lewis, but first it's going to be technical free throws for Zach Scott, who is their best free throw shooter and the second best in the conference at 88.4%. He's missed 5 free throws all season long, and that one is nothing but nylon. Does that kind of fake clap thing with nobody at the free throw line next to him. Scott's got one more coming. He's got now 7 points today. This is not a guy you want to let get going. He can hurry it up in a hurry, and he makes both without hitting the iron. So this can turn into a 5-point trip for McNeese. They had the 2-point basket by Lewis, then the foul by Littles, then Littles punched the ball out of bounds, and Austin Claunch is talking to him right now on the bench. He got very frustrated after that. So now Lewis will try to complete the 3-point play. He's at 57%. He's more the guy you want taking a free throw, but yeah, rims around and off. So McNeese at the line today has really hurt themselves. They are now 6 for 14 as a team. Ty Gordon bouncing right block. Raji Lyons, his hook shot around and in. Raji with his second field goal on 7 tries. Hasn't been his best game, but he pushes the Nichols lead back to 8 points. 49-41, we roll towards 15 to go. Colin Warren, left wing, pulls up for 3 and connects. McNeese back within 5. Colin Warren with his second field goal, his second 3-pointer. The Cowboys are hanging around. This is a dangerous team. Again, they can light it up in a hurry. Best 3-point shooting team in conference play at 39%. Ty Gordon, pull back 3. Oh, he did it again. Ty Gordon with 3-pointer number 4 on the night, and he's got 23 points. 52-44 Nichols. Colin Warren right wing against Latrell Jones in the lane. Double team from Ty Gordon comes. Miles Lewis drives the right baseline, blocked away by Raji Lyons. His 3rd rejection, and that was another vicious one. Shot clock is inside 5. Lewis tied up in the lane, and it's a tie-up, and possession favoring Nichols. John Aiken not happy. He'll go back to his bench. Massey and Medley Bacon in. Shoemate and Miles Lewis out. So Nichols has Lyons with Gordon Jones, Carter, and Maxwell. Starters right now minus Littles. And then English with Taylor, Warren. And then Massey and Medley Bacon for McNeese. 52-44 Nichols trying to win a 5th straight against McNeese in a 6th straight game overall. 14 to go. Ty Gordon off a couple screens. Down the lane, elbow jump shot just grazes the front of the rim. Rebound is tipped off the foot of Taylor, taken by Lyons, and it's a tie possession that's going to go back to McNeese. So a couple of held balls. Each team gets one of them. McNeese with possession, down by 8 points. Again, McNeese has only won twice on the road all year, but one of those wins came Saturday at Northwestern State. In a game they were able to find a way down the stretch using a 15-0 run. Taylor inbounds to Colin Warren. He says spread it out in the backcourt. Now a full court trap comes from Maxwell. Skip pass to English. 3-on-1 for McNeese if they hurry. Maxey inside to English, blocked away by Lyons. It is a block party for Raji. And another rejection. He's just picking them up in a heartbeat. He's 2nd in the conference in blocks. Trying to move back to the top spot. Medley Bacon hands off for Trey English. Shot clock is down at 10 for McNeese. Down by 8, 13:30 to go. Bounce pass stolen away, Ty Gordon. It was intended for Medley Bacon and went toward no one. Devontae Carter wide open left wing 3, too much. His 3-point struggles continue. Medley Bacon takes the rebound away from 3 Colonels. At 7'1", you can do that. He's called for a travel. One of the staples of Austin Claunch teams, obviously forcing turnovers, they do a terrific job of making you think after you get a rebound. Nichols did it perfectly there. They made Medley Bacon dribble. And when you make a 7'1" guy dribble in his own backcourt, trouble may happen. It's turnover number 13 on McNeese. Nichols ball up by 8 points. Basket here. They got the lead back to double digits. Ty Gordon off the Raji Lyons screen. Wiggles through traffic, drives the lane, hands off to Carter. The cutter is Maxwell for two. Off the window and in. Beautifully done. And the lead is back to 10 points, 54-44. 12:55 to go. Colin Warren, left wing against Lyons. They switch on him. He drives it left baseline. Offensive foul. Austin Claunch points in approval at Rochelle Jones, saying, yep, that's exactly what we talked about, buddy. By my count, 3 charges drawn tonight. And Nichols gets the ball back on a 14th turnover. .45 to go, 54-44 lead for Nichols. Devontae Carter swivels into the lane, hands off Raji Lyons. Right elbow jump shot, nothing but net. 12-point lead, 12:33 to go. This is the largest lead of the night for Nichols. Now we have a delay of game, I think, called on Ryan Maxwell. Now that's a warning. Next one becomes a technical. Nichols, after a slow start to the second half, 5-0 run, making a 7-0 run. They've held McNeese scoreless 2 minutes and 45 seconds now. John Aiken wants a timeout, and it's a full. And we'll take it as the media right here. 12:29 to go in the game. Nichols trying to pull away from McNeese and sweep the season series, hoping to get their 6th consecutive win. 56-44 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network. .29 to go here from Stouffer Gym in Thibodaux. Nichols leading McNeese 56-44. The 12-point margin is the largest of the game here for Nichols. Inbound from Scott. Goes to Taylor. Bounce it to Shoemate left baseline. He's the cutter, stolen away. Devontae Carter in transition. 2-on-1 with Jones. Hands it off to him, and he softly throws it down with the left hand. Colin Warren trapped around midcourt. And a timeout again taken by John Aiken. This stifling defense of Nichols is starting to take over. They have forced 15 McNeese turnovers. They have turned those 15 turnovers into 21 points. Eerily similar to turning 18 turnovers into 23 points in their win at McNeese on January the 27th. McNeese is now in a 3-minute, 16-second scoring drought. This Colonel 9-0 run has ballooned the lead to 14 points. Colonels are up to 52% for the game. They're only 4 of 12 from three-point range, but when you're shooting 22 for 38 from 2, which which is right around a 66% clip, you're doing something right. They're getting out and running in a big way. They're 18-6 in fast break points. They're 38-16 in the paint. And again, they're hanging around on the glass, which is what you have to do against McNeese. They're actually 10-9 in second chance points when McNeese has 13 offensive rebounds to just 11 for Nichols. Again, right now in the Southland Conference, New Orleans leads the way with a record of 8-1 entering tonight. So Nichols is trying to keep pace. New Orleans does not play today, so the Colonels can gain a half game just by UNO being idle. Southeastern is looking like they may pick up a huge win at Corpus Christi. 6:40 to go, they're up by 5. And Northwestern State starting to make a little bit of a push here. Nichols will go to Natchitoches and take them on next Thursday. 54-46 they lead at UIW. So 12:06 to go. It's Corpus Christi ball. They've got Lewis, Warren, Shoemate, Massey, and Zach Scott, the 5. Colin Warren at the controls, top of the key. Off a screen from Shoemate to the left arc, right back to him between the circles. Dribble hand off to Massey, tries to turn the corner on Carter. Drop it down low for Shoemate, another steal. Devontae Carter's got his 4th tonight. Outlet pass, Latrell Jones. He was trying to turn. It was like a wide receiver who tries to run before he secures the catch. And Latrell just started running. I think he was thinking about liftoff and trying to dunk that ball over the top of Warren, and he lost it out of bounds. Nichols has been better protecting the ball in the second half. That's their 9th turnover, only their 2nd after halftime, after having 7 in the first half. 11:35, and a eroding second half clock. Getting toward the midway point of the second. Lewis drives on Maxwell, takes him down low and banks it up and in with the right side. McNeese back within a dozen, 58-46. Lewis has his 3rd field goal, he's got 7. Ty Gordon against Zach Scott. Works his dribble right wing, fires up a contested 3, trying to draw a foul, an air ball. And here comes Lewis racing ahead for McNeese. Right wing, Zach Scott stands still, 3 is true. That's how quickly they can hit you. Timeout taken by Austin Claunch, and it's down to 9 with 11:05 to go. This is a team that if you leave them open from 3, they'll make you pay, especially that guy. Zach Scott with his 3rd triple, he's got 10 points. Into double figures now for the 15th time this year. He entered at 43% from 3-point on the season, and 52% in conference play from 3. And that's an unbelievable number. Doing the quick math here, let's see. He's now 31 for 57 this year from 3 in conference games. That is through 10 conference games played. Incredible. And the Colonel's going to find something here offensively. The defense has been good enough. It's really when McNeese has had a chance to run that they've been able to burn Nichols a little bit. But you hold the team down here to 49 points at the 11:05 mark. That's not the problem. The issue is Nichols has gotten a little cold and turned the ball over. Jalen White has checked in. He replaces Latrell Jones. So Carter with White, Gordon, Lyons, Maxwell the 5. Inside 11 to go, Nichols leading by 9. It was once 12. Carter drives left baseline, falls away from 8, misses long. Rebound tipped through the hands of Lyons and corralled by Colin Warren. McNeese on the push, 3-pointer here. They're back within 2 possessions. Massey passes up a right corner 3, drives right at Lyons, and he's fouled. Araji's done a terrific job of going up all night long. I don't know if that foul's on him raking down. It's not. It's on Maxwell reaching in. You know, one of the things about this Nichols defense that I think sometimes is a problem, Raji is such an elite shot blocker. A lot of times the fouls come on reach-ins before the guy is actually up at the rim challenging Lyons. It's one of the hardest things about playing defense. You're taught your whole life, trying to take a charge, trying to get over there and block the shot. When you get beat on this team, it's not the worst thing in the world because you have an elite shot blocker there. And sometimes the Colonels waste a lot of fouls that way. That would have been a really tough finish for Massey if no one touched him. He's got 2 free throws coming. True freshman from Houston, legacy high school product. He misses on the first free throw. Powerhouse high school program. Didn't play Saturday at Northwestern State with an ankle injury. Prior 2 games to that, averaged 11.5 points on 7 for 12 shooting and 4 of 7 from 3. So really his best 2 games of the season came before getting hurt. He makes 1 of 2, and the lead for Nichols is now down to 8 points. It's a very slow-moving 6-0 run here for McNeese. 58-50 with 10:25 to go. Maxwell between the rings, they leave him open. Carter falls away right elbow, front rim miss, rebound tipped up by Maxwell, won't go, and it's last touched by, they're gonna say Maxwell's left shoulder, out of bounds. Lewis looked like he might have touched that one last. I think the ricochet on the miss changed things. And now McNeese gets it back. We approach the midway point of the second half. Fans have gotten a little anxious here in Thibodaux. A lead that was once 14 is down to 8. That's a kickball in the backcourt after the press break try by Massey. Off the foot of Maxwell, it'll stay with McNeese. 10:14 to go, 58-50 lead for Nichols. Inbound it to Massey, trap comes on him in the backcourt. Feeds to midcourt to Zach Scott. Colin Warren with a head of steam. Down the lane with a left hand off the window and in. And it's down to 6. And an 8-0 McNeese run. 58-52. Colonel's now scoreless going on 2:05. Lions for Jalen White behind him. Stolen away. Oh, he got it back. Over to Ty Gordon. Passed up an open 3. Feeds to Jalen White. Right wing triple is true. What a big-time sequence. Looked like a steal for McNeese. Turns into 3 for the best three-point shooter on Nichols and Jalen White. His 22nd make of the year from 3. A misfire from Warren and a foul called on Ty Gordon on the box out. It was a missed top of the key 3. Ty called for a reach and foul. 61-52 Nichols with 9:32 to go. And that is already team foul number 7. So a Colonel team that fouls the second most in the Southland Conference, about 19 fouls per game, has put McNeese into the bonus with 9:32 to go. The good news, McNeese has struggled in a big way tonight at the line. They're not 7 for 16, 43.8%. 1-1 here for Lewis. For the season, 57%. Didn't look like it there. Nothing but net on the first free throw. So he earns a second. Lewis is a native of Herndon, Virginia. Again, 4 years at VMI before transferring into Lake Charles and miss on the second. Rebound went through the hands of Shoemate, who got a long breather. McNeese doing this run without their best player, Shoemate, even on the court. Devontae Carter, meanwhile, turns the corner and is fouled. It's a reaching out high, called on Lewis. Team foul number 4. Lewis picks up his second. Kellen Taylor comes back in. He replaces Lewis. Nichols has Gordon, White, Carter, Lyons, and Jones. Lyons gets it left baseline from Gordon. 9:19 to go. Shot clock halfway gone. Nichols by 8. Led by as many as 14 not too long ago. Trying to close out a 6th straight win. Ty down the lane. Flips up with the right hand and in. A pretty scoop shot layup again. And Ty Gordon has 25 points. His 8th game, making his 6th game this year with 25 or more. Zach Scott responds from the left wing. Right down the hatchet it goes. His 4th 3, he's got 14. And McNeese just won't go away. They're down by 7. 63-56, they've cut what was a 14-point Nichols lead in half. Ty turns the corner, banks it up and in. They're gonna call a foul on the floor first. One of those situations where you wish they had continuation. They didn't put the ball back down, but he got bumped out high by Shoemate, who picks up number 1. And 5 team fouls on McNeese. Manny Littles, after a long breather following his technical foul, is back in. That's really what changed everything. That sequence of 5 straight points at the line for McNeese after a 3-point play. 63-56, Nichols, 8.5 to go. Devontae Carter, Raji Lyons, now Ty Gordon out high on the right. Works off a screen right baseline, drives it, throws it up top to Carter. Over to Raji, right wing 3, you betcha! Raji Lyons knocking down a huge 3. And Nichols goes back up 10. On the other end, Warren tries to challenge Lyons at the cup and he's fouled. Raji looked like he got a clean block, but they say he got him on the body too. And free throws coming for McNeese. That's a tough call. I'd like to see that replay. 66-56 with 8:17 to go. Well, they always say with a shot blocker, you go right at him. 2 free throws for Warren. First one's up and in. He's got 9 points off the bench. Warren did not play Saturday in their win at Northwestern State. He averages 9 points per game, so he's ready to season average. Second one good as well for a 62% free throw shooter. That looked pretty good. 66-58. Nichols' lead is 8 points as we roll towards 8 to go. Devontae Carter walks into the screen from Littles. Hands it right back off to him, top of the arc. Dribbles right, stops, terminates. Feeds it right block for Lyons. Skip it out to Carter. On the left wing, thought about 3. Lob it instead to Lyons. Touch pass Littles. Down the lane, flips it up and off. Rebound, tip try by Jones, won't go. Fighting for the rebound with a 7-1 Medley Bacon. Corralled by Scott. McNeese again can make it a 2-possession game with a basket here. Colin Warren off the screen from Taylor. Backtracks to the right wing for 3. Got it again. McNeese is within 5. And Colin Warren in double figures. He's got 13. This crowd has grown awfully quiet and anxious. 66-61 with 7:25 to go. Got to find a closing punch. This team won't go away. Ty slithering through traffic. Double team comes. Feeds it up top to Raji. Knocks down another 3. Straight away cash. Raji is rolling from downtown, and the Nichols lead is 8. Raji Lyons keeping this McNeese team at bay from 3. 69-61 and a steal. Jones took it away. Down the lane he goes, lost the ball, taken back by Scott. He was trying to go 1-on-2 and paid the price for it. Scott for Warren, all day to fire a left wing 3. Too much that time. Medley Bacon offensive rebound. In the lane, puts it up and in. McNeese back within a half dozen, 69-63. 6:35 to go. Devontae Carter saunters into the front court. Works the dribble to the left wing as Lyons tries to send him a screen. McNeese backs off. Carter not a threat from 3-point range. Whip it to the right wing and Littles, hand off Ty Gordon. Ty's been quiet, just 2 second-half points. He steps back for a long 3 and connects. Ty Gordon from 27 feet away shoots off the bow and arrow in celebration. 28 points, 5 of 11 from 3. Nichols back up by 9 with 6 to go. That's just difficult offense from one of the best players in the conference. Zach Scott, long left wing 3, can't respond. Medley Bacon tips the rebound out of bounds, and it's going back to Nichols. Timeout on the floor. Under 8 comes at 5:51 to go. Nichols 72, McNeese 63. Colonels trying to close out a 6th consecutive win on the Colonel Sports Radio Network. Inside 6 to go here at Stouffer. It's gotten a little tighter than some Colonel fans might like, but Nichols is still keeping the Cowboys at bay. 72-63, 5:51 left. Jack Benjamin back with you. Nichols trying to win a 4th straight at home, a 5th straight over McNeese, and a 6th straight overall. The lead was 14 at the 11:47 mark. McNeese chopped it down to 5 on a couple occasions, but Raji Lyons with a couple of cold-blooded second-half threes. And Nichols is back up by 9 points. Carter with with Gordon, Jones, Littles, and Lyons, the 5 for Nichols. With the ball to our right, up by 9. Jones in the right corner in front of the Nichols bench. Works off a screen, hands off to Lyons, back to Ty Gordon. Long 3, straight away. Missed it in and out. Rebound tipped twice, corralled by Warren. And McNeese again, a 3-pointer, can get within 6. Zach Scott transition 3. Wedges between the back of the iron and the backboard. Manny Littles pulls it down. And that's a tie ball, possession arrow favoring Nichols. So the Colonels get the stop there. They got lucky. They didn't get on Zach Scott in transition, which you have to do. He's made 4 threes already. Nichols has made 5 of their last 6 shots from the floor, shooting 51% for the game. Carter off a Lions screen, works his way right baseline, blocked by Medley Bacon. Right there for the foul up, Manny Littles. Now Medley Bacon at 7-1 covers a whole lot of ground, but a good job of persistence by Littles, who has put in 10 points now with 5 rebounds, making 6 rebounds. He's the 4th Colonel in double figures. Taylor, meanwhile, right baseline drive too much. Offensive rebound, Massey. Reload 3 for Warren. Back iron miss. Weak side rebound falls into the lap of Littles. And Devontae Carter will walk the ball across the timeline to our right. 4:35 to go. Nichols 74, McNeese 63. Ty Gordon on the right wing. Backtracks against Taylor, spins into a double team. No look feed to Carter, inside to Littles and a foul. I think Carter might have passed up a layup, but you know, when Medley Bacon is blocking shots left and right the way he is, thought better of trying to force one up left wing against him. Shoemate Lewis in, Warren Massey out for McNeese. 74-63 Nichols with 4:24 to go. Ty Gordon bounces it into Manny Littles right baseline. Wants to back down Shoemate and take him in the lane. Now he goes over the left shoulder, pirouettes and throws it back out high to Lyons. Almost lost the ball in the backcourt. Shot clock inside 10, 4:10 to go. Ty Gordon straight on against Taylor with 3, with 2. Long straightaway 3. Back iron miss right on target. Lyons sprawling for the rebound, couldn't get it, and a steal. Carter takes it away and throws down a vicious right-handed stuff. Bad pass from Taylor turns into 2 more for the Colonels. Devontae Carter's got 6. 4 of those directly off steals. Scott for Medley Bacon. A career-high 6 steals tonight for Carter. Another block for Raji. Almost another one after that and a foul. Raji Lyons has now 4 blocks. Devontae Carter, a career-high 6 steals. And we'll get our final regulation media timeout with this crowd still buzzing from what they saw from Devontae Carter moments ago. That's what this guy can give you. He's not always going to be the most accurate shooter, but toughness and grit and a whole lot of unbelievably quick hands. And that steals prowess. 3:33 left. Nichols' lead is back to 13 points thanks to a 7-0 run. 76-63, trying to close out McNeese for their 5th straight win in the series on the Colonel Sports Radio Network. Closing time here in Thibodaux, 3:33 left. Nichols has rebuilt a 13-point lead, 76-63. Jack Benjamin back with you. Nichols has been dominant at home again this year. They've only 1 home loss each of their last 3 seasons. They're 8-1 this year. And they have won the last 3 after falling to Southeastern here on the 22nd of January. Brendan Medley Bacon 7'1", 245-pound, fourth-year junior on his third college stop. 2 years at Coppin State, a year at VCU, and now at McNeese. And at a 70% free throw shooter, he's got a good touch for a guy 7'1", makes both. He's the third player in school history 7 foot or taller. 11-point lead for Nichols, 3:25 to go. Lions in the front court to Ty Gordon. Passed up a three, drives right into the body of Medley Bacon and banks it in for two. I don't know how that wasn't a foul. Ty struggling to get up. He took all kinds of contact, and boy, you hope he didn't just re-injure that knee that's been giving him some trouble. Zach Scott, long left wing three, 4 feet beyond the arc as a brick. Skying in for the rebound, Shoemate, blocked away by Lyons. That's his 5th block. In the lane, Scott rushed it. Medley Bacon can't grab it. Devontae Carter can. Ty is struggling here as he walks up the floor, and boy, Ty's got a career-high 30 points. Career-high 30, but you hope that he's okay. Lions down low to Littles. Left baseline, Nichols leading by 13. Littles across the lane. Tries to force his way up, blocked by Medley Bacon. Got it back, puts it up, misses long. Rebound Lewis. Medley Bacon has returned the favor, blocking shots in his own right. He's got 4 rejections. Lewis, meanwhile, down the lane against Lyons. Floats it up, no. Medley Bacon there for the rebound, takes some contact. Misses on the lefty hook, but a foul. And free throws coming. Those two have been going at it all night long. That's been a fun front court matchup between Medley Bacon and Lyons. Lyons has gotten the better of it. 12 points, he's only got a couple rebounds. Medley Bacon's got 8 rebounds and 6 points, a couple of blocks, but Raji with those 5 rejections. So 2 free throws here for Brendan Medley Bacon. First free throw is up and in. 78-66 with 2:21 to go. McNeese, the team, has missed 11 free throws, making 10 free throws tonight. They're 13 for 23. Again, not a surprise. They came in struggling. Oh, an offensive rebound by Lewis off the missed free throw. Banks it up and in. So that turns into a 3-point trip for McNeese. And the Cowboys not done yet, only down by 10. They also have 3 more fouls with Nichols in the 1-and-1. So they can foul a whole lot here against a team that has struggled to make free throws all year. Devontae Carter out high. Shot clock halfway gone. We're inside 2 to play. Nichols by 10. Carter to the right wing. Looking for Ty Gordon. He's face guarded by Scott. It's a box and 1 right now for McNeese. Devontae pull-up jumper. Right baseline from 15 is short. Rebound Miles Lewis. Not the shot Austin Claunch wanted. Here comes Lewis into the front court for McNeese. Got to get something here and a steal. Carter stripped Lewis, taken by Ty Gordon. And with 1:34 to go, a basket here may very well do it. It's a 4-possession lead already. You can put the icing on the cake right now. They'll bring a double team on Ty. Lob it to Raji Lyons near midcourt. Spins off a double and finds Devontae Carter. Bounce it to Raji. Out near midcourt, finds Jones. He spins in the lane, goes up with the left hand. Banks it in, plus a foul. And a big 2-armed flex from Latrell Jones. 15 points, 8 rebounds. His 3rd straight stellar outing. Latrell is averaging about 15 points on 60% shooting his past 3. The lead to 12, and that may very well be the knockout blow here in Thibodaux. He's 1 of 2 at the line for the season, has really struggled like many Colonels at 52.5%. That one rims around and drops. 81-68 with 70 seconds to go. Trey English for McNeese. Left baseline drive. Lob it outside to Zach Scott. Right wing 3 is short. Rebound Medley Bacon on the offensive end. Trying to feed it out for a 3. Couldn't find anyone. Banks it up and in. He just won't quit on the offensive glass. He's got 9 points, 9 rebounds. He has grabbed 4 on the offensive glass. And we got a full timeout called here by John Aiken and McNeese with 59.2 to go, trailing by 11. We'll take a timeout here, final timeout. 59.2 to go. McNeese 81, I should say Nichols 81, McNeese 70 on the Colonel Sports Radio Network. Sun, a minute to go here in Thibodaux. 59.2 seconds left. Lead for Nichols is 11, 81-70. Jack Benjamin back with you. Nichols is inbounding. They'll have to go full length of the court against some full court pressure from McNeese. Now the situation foul-wise is as such. McNeese has committed 7 fouls, so 2 more to give before Nichols gets 2 free throws. Inbound goes to Gordon in the backcourt, throws it across court to Jones. Dangerous pass, corralled by Devontae Carter. Nichols has to get it across, and they'll call a timeout. Nearly a 10-second violation in the backcourt. Now the good news for Nichols is you get the reset of the 10-second shot. Actually, no, you don't. You got to get it across by the 20-second count. So Nichols now has to lob this thing across the half-court line in 3 seconds. 51.5 on the game clock. If you're just joining us, McNeese had a lead in the first half of 7, 20-13. Colonels then closed out the first half very strongly. They outscored McNeese 27-11 to finish off the half, including a 12-0 run. Nichols got up by as many as 14 in the second half. And right now the margin is 11. If you can just hold on to the ball, not turn it over, make your free throws, you're in pretty darn good shape. Now the Colonels will inbound the ball on the sideline, in between the half-court line and the corner, across from us on the sideline. You got to find a way to get this ball across in 3 seconds, because 23 is on the shot clock. Inbound in the backcourt to Gordon. You got to lob it across if you're Carter. It's 20, and that's, I thought that was going to be a violation. No call. Raji Lyons on the deck for it, meanwhile, and corralled by Devontae Carter. So free throws coming here for Nichols with 41 seconds left. This is a 1-and-1 for Devontae Carter. Nichols has taken 4 free throws today. They've made 3 of them, which is better than their season average of 61%. Devontae has struggled all year. A 1-and-1 is short. He entered as just 62%. McNeese with a chance. Jones strips that ball out of the hands of Warren, and it'll stay with the Cowboys. Maxwell in, Little's out. McNeese is down 11 with 36.7. This wouldn't even be a miracle. This would be something else. Warren looking to inbound. You basically need, I guess, 4 threes and probably at least 3 more, maybe make it about 6 more free throw misses from Nichols or a turnover. Here's Shoemate for 3, left wing, it's good. That's the start of a comeback. 81-73 with 29.7. Inbounds goes to Latrell Jones. McNeese has to foul, they don't. Inbound it all the way across the timeline to Ty Gordon. He rips through 2, dribbles around. No foul given yet by McNeese. Ball goes through the legs of Ty Gordon. And now Zach Scott fouls him with 16.2 to go. So Ty will go to the free throw line. This will still be a 1-and-1. 9th team foul on McNeese. Ty has not been to the free throw. Actually, he's 1 for 1 at the free throw line. Ty's got a career-high 30 points. He has flirted with 30 points about 6 or 7 times in his career. Finally got there tonight. Front end is good. 31 points, 12 of 21 from the floor, 5 of 13 from three-point range, 5 assists, and 1 turnover in 40 minutes. Second free throw short, rebound down to Shoemate. McNeese down 9, 13 seconds. They got to get a shot off. Massey tries to pass it to Warren in the corner. With 8, with 7, with 6. Warren will drive in, reverse it up and off. Rebound Maxwell, hands off to Ty Gordon. And fittingly, he's the one to dribble it out. Behind a career-high 31 points from Ty Gordon. 4 in double figures, 51% shooting. Nichols gets a 6th straight win, a 5th straight win over McNeese, a 4th straight home win, and they inch a little bit closer. They maintain their sole possession of 2nd place in the Southland Conference. And they continue to roll here at home. They've now won 18 of their past 19 here at Stouffer. Just remarkable what they've been able to do in front of this home crowd over the last few years. Make it 22-2 since the final 2 games, the 2018-19 season here at home. An outstanding all-around effort. Ty Gordon was just flat out special. 20 of his 31 points coming in the first half. 11 after halftime. 5 of 13 from three-point range. They got 16 from Latrell Jones, 7 of 12 from the floor, 8 rebounds for Latrell. He's now averaging 16 and a half his past 3 on 62% shooting. That's pretty good. And then Manny Littles with 10 to go with 7 rebounds, close to another double-double. Raji Lyons, 12 points. 5 blocks for Raji, matching a career high. We'll give it a beat and see if we can grab Austin Claunch post-game. Right now, chatting with his team. We'll step away here, take a timeout, and come back to tie a bow on this one. Once more, your final score, Nichols 82 and McNeese 73. Colonels improve it to 7-2 in conference play, 17-9 overall. 6 straight wins, a season best. All right, back here at Stouffer, wrapping up a 9-point win for Nichols, 82-73. They beat McNeese. Jack Benjamin joined here by Nichols head coach Austin Claunch. Coach 6 straight wins, 4 straight at home, 5 straight over McNeese. A lot of streaks extended. Biggest takeaways on tonight, obviously they made their push in the second half. You guys were able to keep them at bay the whole way.
Hey, JB, man, I can barely hear you. The band's playing. I don't think it's the volume. You can turn it up. How about that crowd tonight, man? Like, that was awesome. An incredible environment early on throughout the course of the game. Just, that was awesome. That was a great college basketball game. McNeese comes out, you know, and they play well. I mean, they played hard, and then they played well. They had guys, you know, in the second half, you know, we go on a run, and then they respond. I think they got it back to 5 when Raji Lyons or Jalen White makes a big 3. You know, we made some timely shots. But that was a battle, man. High-level game both ways. Proud of our guys. Another great win.
I see you after most games. You're typically sweating. Feels like you're a little more lathered than usual based on the intensity of that one.
You know, as the season goes on, man, you expect a lot from your guys. And just proud of our group. Felt like, you know, just felt like a big-time game. Our guys have had a great week. I think we've won 6 in a row now. And they can just feel it. They can feel it. They can see what they can do when they play together. It's a special group of guys, man. I'm happy for them.
You mentioned Raji Lyons and the impact he gave you in the second half. You know, you're right, Coach. They cut it to 5 on 2 occasions. Both times, Raji knocks down gigantic three-pointers for you. I was going to ask you about his 5 blocks until what he did in the second half. Just take me through his all-around game, stretching the perimeter, and then obviously what he did defensively against their 2 bigs.
Yeah, no, I mean, when he's making shots, he's obviously, you know, nearly unguardable. And just his rim protection is so big for us. I don't know how many blocks, I guess 5 they ended up giving him, but so many he altered. And more than anything, just his poise, his leadership is the most important part of our team, you know. And for us to battle the way we did they're so good on the glass. And they kind of started getting to us in the second half. But for us to play the way we did, to make the tough plays we did without Pierce tonight, that was awesome to see.
All season long, Ty has obviously been able to score the ball. It's been tougher from an efficiency perspective, especially over the course of the last 4 games. I think Coach came in, he was like 8 for 41 from 3 his past 4. Obviously, he's going to keep shooting, and that's what great players do. Tonight, take me through what you saw from him. Pretty special performance with 31.
He's special. I mean, listen, every time he shoots, I think it's going in. And, you know, there are certainly times we watch film and there's things that he's got to But as a coach, you got to tread lightly. It's part of what makes him so special. He has no conscience. He's never seen a shot he doesn't like. But how about 5 assists, 1 turnover? You know, how about 1 steal? You know, and just made his free throws and I just thought when it got rough in that first half, I think we were down 8, is when he was at his best, and that's what you want to see from your seniors.
Final thing I had for you, back-to-back games, you guys go over 20 in terms of fast break points. I know when this team is at its best, you're turning people over, you're running. Just tell me how you guys have been able to be so efficient in your transition offense. Obviously, a couple times, I think Latrell was ready to dunk one and he gave it away. But just take me through why you guys have been so effective playing the speed game.
Well, really talked about it and drilled it and done different things in practice. We've got good half-court flow, but we want a lot of possessions. We want to play fast. We want to shoot before we turn it over. You know, we only had 10 turnovers tonight. We were 42% from 3. 15 assists, pretty good. I think, wow, Devontae Carter had 8. No, yeah, 8 assists. That's incredible.
Yeah, 8 assists, no turnovers.
An incredible game for him, and just proud of this whole group, man. This is a huge win. We're going to celebrate this.
Coach, appreciate the time as always. We'll talk to you Saturday.
Thanks, JB. Go Colonels.
That is Austin Claunch. By the way, didn't get to mention this to Coach, but he did pick up his 70th career win. Austin Claunch is the quickest coach in Colonel history to 70 wins. He was also the fastest to 50 and 60. So that's a pretty darn good accomplishment for a guy who tonight coached in game number 113. Nichols wins it by a score of 82-73. Colonels once again move it to 17-9, 7-2 in conference play. They stay in lone second behind New Orleans. McNeese falls to 10-17, 4-6 in conference play. Next up for the Colonels, Saturday against HBU, right around the 3:30 tip. We'll have pregame coverage coming for you. That one will be on 100.3 FM ESPN New Orleans. Also can get it on GoColonels.com and visit the Nichols men's basketball website page, also at Nicholls_MBB on Twitter. Big thanks to our SID here at Nichols, Jamie Bustos, Austin Claunch for his time. As always, Matthew Bonnet, the McNeese SID, saying so long once more here from Stouffer, Jack Benjamin. Final score, Nichols 82, McNeese 73. Colonels with a 6th straight win on the Colonel Sports Radio Network.